A Challenge by John Hay. The luminous pages of old story prove high love half ending in heroic woe. Sharp fanged and fell, dark death doth ever go, and waiting for wandering feet of love. That with fate be shunned, last footsteps move down the dull slope that leads to regions low, where the thick pulse of east and want beat slow, as in some dusk and poppy haunted grove. Should we accept, or should we not defy, and reach now fast love with his augury? Nevertheless, when adore we sweet, no use, my queen shall dim thy radiant crown. And if in envy death should strike me down, it is that find me here kissing thy feet.
A Haunted Room by John Hay. In the dim chamber whence but yesterday passed my beloved, filled with awe I stand, and haunting loves fluttering on every hand whisper her praises who is far away. A thousand delicate fancies glance and play on every object which her robes have fanned, and tenderest thoughts and hopes bloom and expand in the sweet memory of her beauty's ray. I could with glass but hold the faintest trace of all the loveliness once mirrored rare, the clustering glory of her shadowy hair that framed so well the dear young angel face, but now it shows my own face full of care, and my heart is her beauty's dwelling place. A Winter Night by John Hay. A winter wind is raving fierce and shrill, and sheets with angry moan the frosty skies. The white stars gaze with sleepless Gorgon eyes, that freeze the earth in terror fixed and still. Reck not of the wild night's gloom and chill, housed from its rage, dear friend, and fancy flies lured by the hand of beckoning memories, back to those summer evenings on the hill, where we together watched the sun go down beyond the gold-washed uplands, while his fires touched in the glittering light the wains and spires, piercing the purpling mist that veiled the town. The wintry night thy voice and eyes beguile, till wake the sleeping summer in thy smile.
Accidents, John Hay. A vision seen by Plato the divine, the shuddering souls come forward, waiting doom where the man was in the never gloom. One is a slave hunger has made him pine, one is the king his arms and jewels shine, in strange splendor in the dismal room. Hence, cries the judge, and strip them, and then cometh naught to show they be cause of fine. Of carp and body wears with bereft, such as held law nothing but soundness left. Where slave and virtue glories, is set fit for those blessed isles of peace where just kings go. The king by wise deformed is sent below to have with base slaves in the whaling pit.
Christine by John Hay. The beauty of an orphan dawns, where pure pale light is wine, yet all the dreams of tropic nights within the blue eyes shine. Not steadilier in their prisoning seas the icebergs gently move, but in thy smile is youth and joy, and in thy voice is love. Thou art like Hecla's crest that stands so lonely, proud and high. No earthly thing may come between your summit and the sky. The sun in vain may strive to melt a crown of virgin snow, but the great heart of a mountain glows with deathless fire below.
Compensation by John Hay. Pindar the Theban's song to Huron, and Dirk verse riches rough hammered gold. Immortal steel to man and hours of old, to ill things for one good. These words forth blown from such a trumpet, through the ages grown and out of misery. Yet I hold that both the dealer's evils manifold, and over high power's gratitude alone. And one good may be worth 1,000 ills, and all the sum of wretchedness that fills the travailing earth, the sea the arching blue, can exceed the wealth of joy that lies in sweet, low words, in smiles and loving eyes, cannot comprehend of love, if love be true.
Dreams by John Hay. I love a woman tenderly, but cannot know if she loves me. I press her hand, her lips I kiss, but still love's full assurance miss. Our waking life forever seems cleft by veil of doubt and dreams. But love and night and sleep combine in dreams to make her wholly mine. Her sure love lights her eyes deep blue, her hands and lips are warm and true. All is with fact unreal seems, and truth I find alone in dreams.
Esse Quam Videri by John Hay. The nightly legend of a shield betrays more of her life. A forecast wise, and the large honor that deceit defies, inspire the fathers in the either days, like the scutcheon of its sturdy phrase to rather than seem. As eves red skies surpass the morning's rose prophecies, the life to that proud boast its answers pays. Scorning their faith and purpose to defend, the ever mutable multitude at last, and ever power they did not comprehend, their fame will broaden through the centuries. As storm and billowy tumult overpast, the moon rules calmly over conquered seas.
Expectation by John Hay. Roll on, O shining sun, to the far seas. Bring down ye shades of eve, the soft salt breeze. Shine out, O stars, and light my darling's pathway bright, as through the summer night she comes to me. No beam of any star can match her eyes, so smiling the bursting day and light outwives. Her voice the sweetest thing, heard by the raptured spring, when walking wildwood's ring, she comes to me. Ye stars more swiftly wheel our earth's still breast, more wildly plunk and reel in the dim west. The earth is lone and lorn till the glad day be born, till with the happy morn she comes to me.
God's Vengeance by John Hay. Save the Lord, vengeance is mine, I will repay. Save the Lord, ours be thy anger divine, lit with the flash of his word. How shall his vengeance be done? How when his purpose is clear? Must he come down from his throne? Have he no instruments here? Sleep not in best, trust, waiting for court to begin, or growing strong in the dust, rest the bruised serpent of sin. Right and wrong both cannot live, death crippled. Which shall we see? Strike, only justice can give safety to all that shall be. Shame is to stand paltering thus, tricked by the balancing odds. Strike, God is waiting for us. Strike, vengeance is God's. Helen's Starstone by John Hay. There was a red starstone, old poets feign, hung on the neck of Helen, most fair woman, a world's wonder, gathering where dribbled ever one bright drop of blood, like rain that earth fails, burst into mist again. A crimson coat melted the roseate air, a divine white bosom proudly bare, for the bold cost bore never a stain. So you, serene and beauteous lady, rove, but throngs of luckless ones to gaze and die, and not a tremor of heartbreak, not a sign or strange sob of strong overwhelmed in love, which your calm heart by one beat to move, or dim the cloudless heaven of your eye. How it happened, by John Hay. I pray you pardon me, I'll see, and smile this frown away, that was the light of your lovely face as a thundercloud the day. I really could not help it before I thought it was done. Those great grey eyes flashed bright and cold like an icicle in the sun. I was thinking of summers with the boys and girls, and wandered in the blossoming woods, the gay winds round with your curls. And it seemed to me the same little girl I kissed in the other path. I kissed the little girl's lips, and alas, I rose to woman's wrath. It's not so much to pardon, wherever your lips are red. Blonde there fell in a shower of gold from the proud, provoking head. A beauty that flashed from the splendid eyes, and played round the tender mouth, rushed over my soul like a warm sweet wind, that blows from the fragrant south. And where after all is the harm done? I believe in the maid to be gay, none of youth not given to love, is vainly squandered away. And strewn for life's low labours, like gold on the desert sands, are love's sweet kisses and sighs and woes, the clasp of clinging hands. You old and lonely in memory's magic shine, you will see on your thin and wasting hands, like gems these kisses of mine. When you muse at evening, at the sound of some vanished name, the ghost of my kisses shall touch your lips, kindle your heart to flame.
In the Graveyard by John Hay. In the dewy depths of a graveyard I lie in the tangled grass, and watch in the sea of azure the white cloud islands pass. The birds in the rustling branches sing gaily overhead. Grey stones like sentinel spectres are guarding the silent dead. The early flowers sleep shaded in the cool green noonday glooms. The broken light falls shuddering on the cold white face of the tombs. Without the world is smiling in the infinite love of God, but the sunlight fails at us when it falls on the churchyard sod. On me the joyous rapture of a heart's first love is shed, but it falls on my heart as coldly as sunlight on the dead.
Is she here? John Hay. He came in victory's lambent flame, with myriad shouts and trumpets blare, the glad people's loud acclaim amid vocal all the summer air. And while the cannon's thunder boomed, half heard amid the loyal cry, and stay banners glowed and bloomed, in beauty 'neath that western sky, even the highway turned apart, and to a quick nook drew near, with the pulses of his heart beating the question, is she here? Although he well and hardly earned, civic toil and battle's fire was all forgotten as he turned to meet his human heart's desire. And light as dust lay in the scale, the favour of a flattering world, weighted by the joy which cannot fail in love, and faith and honour furled. Like fire within the opal's heart, like fragrance in the rose's breast, a sacred joy, serene apart, highest, holiest.
Liberty by John Hay. What man is there so bold that he should say, thus and thus only when I have a sea, the weather lying calm and beautiful, clasping the earth in love and throwing back the smile of heaven from waves of amethyst, or whether freshened by the busy winds, it bears the trade and navies of the world to end of use or stern activity. Or whether, lashed by tempest, it gives way to elemental fury, howls and roars at all its rocky bearers, in wild lust of ruin drinks the blood of living things, and strews its wrecks o'er leagues of desolate shore. All as it is the sea, and men bow down before its vast and varied majesty. So all in vain will timorous once essay to set the meats and bones of liberty. For freedom is its own eternal law, it makes its own conditions, and in storm or calm alike fulfills the unearning will. Let us not then despise it when it lies still as a sleeping lion, while a swarm of gnat-like evils hover round its head. Nor doubt that when in mad disjointed times it shakes the torch of terror, and its cry shrills over the quakening earth, and in the flame of riot and war we see its awful form rise by the scaffold, where the crimson eggs ring stone in its grooves the kneel of shuddering kings. Forever in thine eyes, O liberty, shines that high light whereby the world is saved, and though those slay us, we will trust in thee.
Love and Music by John Hay. Gazed upon my love and music smote the soft night air into bled harmony. Leapt on ripples of a silver sea, I heard the bright tones the rapturous dance and float. Hearing inside the wet, each flattering note meant some perfection of my love to me. Caressed by music, it was bliss to see her formed by the rope of jewel at her throat, her glimmering hands, her dusky perfumed hair, her low, clear brow, her deep, proud, dreaming eyes bent kindly upon me, her worshipper. Indulged delicate sounds that shock the air, as if love's joy rained from the starlit skies, seemed all sweet, inarticulate thoughts of her. Love's Dawn by John Hay. And wandering through waste places of the world, and when my lover knew not she was mine. But soon a light more tender, more divine, filled earth and heaven, richer cloud curtains further west at eve, a sort of flush and pearl the gates of dawn, a note more pure and fine ring in the thrusher's song, a rare shine of varnished release by May's sweet sun uncurled. To me who laughed, but knew not, all the air trembled to shock of far-off melodies, as all the summer's rustling thrills the trees when spring sun strikes the boughs asleep and bare. And when one blessed day I saw rise love's morning, glorious in the tranquil eyes. Love's Doped by John Hay. It's love that blinds my heart and eyes. I sometimes say in doubting dreams, the face that near me perfect seems, cold memory pains in fainter days. Was but love's dazzled eyes, I say, that made her seem so strangely bright, a face I worshipped yesterday that read to me the change today. As when there's out some song's refrain, and leaves your eyes in happy tears, like the same fond idle fears, I cannot sound so sweet again. You wait and say with vague annoy, it will not sound so sweet again, comes back the wild refrain that floods your soul with treble joy. So when I see my love again, her face so unquiet doped away, I shines a beauty like the day of my happy heart and brain. And in her face I see no more the fancied faults I idle dreamed, all the charms that fairest seemed, I find them fairer than before.
Love's Prayer by John Hay. If heaven would hear me prayer, my dearest wish would be thy sorrows not to share, but take them all on me. If heaven would hear my prayer, I'd beg with prayers and sighs that never a tear might flow from out thy lovely eyes. If heaven might grant it so, mine be the tears and sighs. No cloud the brow should cover, but smiles each other chase from lips to eyes all over. Thy sweet and sunny face the clouds my heart should cover. Let all thy path be light, let darkness fall on me. If all thy days be bright, mine black as night could be, my love would light my night. For thou art more than life, and if our fate should set, life and my love would strive. How could I when forget, I love thee more than life.
My Castle in Spain, John Hay. Was never a castle since of as mine in Spain. It stands in modern green, crowning the gentle slope of a hill by the Xenil's shore. At eve its shade flaunts over, restored the vigor plains. Its towers are hid in the mists of hope, and toil through years of pain its glimmering gates to gain. In visions wild and sweet, sometimes its courts I greet, sometimes its joy, its shining halls I treat with favoured feet. There my eyes in the light of day were blessed with its vivid walls. The marble white and the granite grey, and gold alike, the sunbeams play, and the soft day dimly falls. Now in its dusky rooms are treasures rich and rare, spoiled of eastern looms, and whatever of bright and fair painters, divine of court and won from vault of Italy's air. White gods and Phidian stone. People the haunted glooms, a song of mortal singers like a fragrant memory lingers, and now in the echoing rooms. Nothing of these my soul, nor castle, nor treasures, nor skies, nor waves of the river that roll with the canyons faint and sweet and peace by its marble feet, nothing of these is the gold for which my whole heart sighs. So pearl gives worth to the shell, the pearl I would die to gain. Where does my lady dwell, my love that I love so well, the queen, whose gracious reign makes glad my castle in Spain? Face so pure and fair, sheds a light in the shady places, a spell of girlish graces, outs charm the happy air. A breath of purity forever before her flies, ill things cease to be in the glance of honest eyes. where the path with flutter, where dear feet wander free in youth's pure majesty, wings of awake desires. And the forward love that I in reverence expires. Not yet shall I see the face which shines like a star, my storm-swept life of heart, transfigured with love for me. Toiling, forgetting, and learning with labor and vigils and prayers, pure heart and resolute will, as I shall climb with hell, and breathe the enchanted airs. The light of my life is burning, most lovely and fair and free, the lonely youth and beauty, and bound by her fate's sweet duty, unconscious she waits for me. Night in Venice, by John Hay. Love, in the summer night, do you recall midnight? In Venice, or skies of June, fixed on with stars, on the still lagoon, lighted noiseless with a dim candle? A sense of some belated festival hung round us, our own hearts beat in tune with passionate memories, with the young moon lit up on dome and tower and palace wall. It dreamed what ghosts of vanished loves made part of its sweet light and trembling amorous air. A vision was rich beams that kissed your hair, those breezes warm with bygone lovers, sighs of the beauty of Venice in your eyes, all the old loves of Venice in my heart. Obedience, by John Hay. The lady of my love bids me not to love her. I cannot bow obedient to her will, and so henceforth I love her not, but still love her lust to save the glitters o'er her proud young head. Love her smiles that hover about her mouth, the lights and shades that fill her starbright eyes, the low-rich tones that thrill like thrush songs gurgling from vernal cover. I love her fluttering dimples in her cheek I love, its soft and tender bloom. I love her sweet lips and the words they speak, words wise, so witty, full of joy or doom. I love her shoes, her gloves, her dainty dress, all the clasp and clinch to, and caress. On the Bluff, by John Hay. O grandly flowing river, O silver gliding river, by springing willows shiver in the sunset as of old. We shiver in the silence of the willow-whitened islands, where the sunbars and the sandbars fill air and wave with gold. O gay oblivious river, O sunset-kindled river, do you remember ever the eyes and skies so blue on a summer day that shone here, when we were all alone here, and blue eyes that were wise to speak the love anew? O stern impassive river, O still unanswering river, the shivering willows quiver as the night winds moan and rave. Though past the voices calling, from heaven the stars falling, and you swells in the bluebells above a hillside grave. Peace, by John Hay. Trembling of purple banners in the fight, wild neigh of horse in destruction's path, howling of trumpets answering yell of wrath, dim eyes where slowly fades the living light, on the plains the ghastly heaped up death, of which the guns thunder their dull refrain. And summer is shamed and autumn grieves and rain, and carnage breathes around a hateful breath. Back of a nightmare of a tired world's unrest, the spring sees blooming at the mother's breast, pink mouths of babes with cooing laughter rife. Of the valley to the mountain springs, amid the rustle of sapphires and of wings, sound like young heartbeats all the bells of life. Regardant, by John Hay. So lay at your feet that afternoon, little we spoke. You sat and mused, humming a sweet old-fashioned tune, and I worshipped you with a sense confused, the good time gone on the bed on the way, my hungry eyes your face pursued, to catch and brand my soul, for I, the subtle smile which had grown my doom. Drinking sweet poison hushed the late, till the sunset shimmered up the room. I rose to go, you stood so fair, and dim in the dead day's tender gloom. All at once, so ever I was aware, flashed from you on me a warm strong wave of passion and power. In the silence where I fell on my knees like a lover or slave, with my white hands clasping your slender waist, and my lips with sudden frenzy brave, a madman's kiss in your girdle pressed. I felt your calm heart's quickening beat, your soft hands on me one instant rest. If God had loved me, how endlessly sweet had He let my heart in its rapture burst, and throb its last at your firm small feet. And I was forth, shuddered at first at my imminent bliss, soul and pain treating his desolate path accursed, looks back and dreams, while his tears dim rain, at the heaven's wide gate the angels smile, relenting and begging him back again, and goes on, thrice damned by the devil's wile, so sometimes burns in my very brain the thought that you loved me all the while. Remorse, by John Hay. Sad is the thought of sunniest days of love and rapture perished, and shine through memory's tearful haze the eyes once fondliest cherished. Reproachful is the ghost of toys which shone where life was wasted, but sad is the thought of joys that never yet were tasted. Sad is the voyage and tender dream of dead love's lingering kisses, to crushed hearts hallowed by the gleam of unreturning blisses. Deep mourns the soul in anguish bright, of pitiless death that won them, are the saddest veilers for lips that died with virgin dew upon them. Sister St. Luke, by John Hay. She lived shut in by flowers and trees, in shade of gentle bay trees. On this side lay the trackless sea, on that the great world's mystery. But all unseen and all unguessed, they could not break upon her rest. Worlds for splendors gleamed and flashed, afar the wide seas foamed and dashed. And in a small dull paradise, safe hosts on rapture or surprise, a day nor night hath poured to fry the peace of God that filled her eyes. Sleep, by John Hay. I bless the power of this charmed summer night, I bless its magic and its mystery, which in ecstatic visions brings to me the worshipped presence of my soul's delight. Mine eyes are sealed, on my clear sight, a heaven-bright features shine more radiantly, a sweet voice with a richer melody enchants the dark, more luminous than light. Amidst the sense of daylight's haunting ills, bathed on this lambent tide of sleep and love, I only see one dazzling image beam, shrined in a rose universe of dream, fair than Dian bending tranced above the sleeping shepherd on the Ledman hills. Student Song, by John Hay. When youth's warm heart beats high, my friend, and youth's blue sky is bright, and shines in youth's clear eye, my friend, love's early dawning light, let the free soul spurn care's control, and while the glad day shine, we'll use the beams for youth's gay dreams of love and song and wine. Let not the biggest frown, my friend, or cast the brow of gloom, for autumn's sober brown, my friend, shall follow summer's bloom. Let smiles and sighs and loving eyes in changeful beauty shine, and shed the beams on youth's gay dreams of love and song and wine. For in the very years, my friend, that stretched before us lie, there'll be enough of tears, my friend, to dim the brightest eye. So let them wait and laugh at fate, while youth's sweet moments shine, till memory gleams of golden dreams of love and song and wine. Sweetest and Dearest, by John Hay. Vain are all names to express what thou art, gem, rose, or morning star, joy of my heart. Still do the fond old words ring best and clearest, thou art my love, my own sweetest and dearest. And every warm heartbeat hymns these words to me, and needless all lovers between me and thee. In the deep silences one voice thou hearest, is my heart calling thee, sweetest and dearest. The Advanced Guard, by John Hay. And the dream of northern poets, the brave who in battle die, fight in shadow with phalanx in the field of the upper sky. Then read the sounding rhyme the reverent fancy hears, the ghostly ring of the viewless swords and the clash of the spectral spears. We think with imperious questionings of the brothers whom we have lost, and we strive to track on death's mystery the flight of each valiant ghost. The northern myth comes back to us, and we feel through our sorrows night, and those young souls are striving still somewhere for the truth and light. And war's not a time for rest and sleep, where hearts beat high and strong. In the fresh veins the blood of youth was singing its hot, sweet song. The open heaven bent over them, mid flowers the live feet trod, their lives lay vivid in light, and blessed by the smiles of woman and God. Again they come, again I hear the treat of that goodly band, and of the flash of Ellsworth's eye, a grasp of his heart, warm hand, and Putnam and Shaw of the lion heart, and an eye like a Boston girl's, and I see the light of heaven which lay on Ulrich Dahlgren's curls. As no power in the gloom or fail to quench those spirits' fire, as no power in the bliss of heaven to bid them not aspire. But somewhere in the eternal plan, with strength that life survive, and like the files on Lookout's crest, above death's clouds they strive. A chosen corps, they're marching on in a wider field than ours. Our bright battalions still fulfill the scheme of the heavenly powers. And high brave thoughts float down to us, the echoes of the far fight, like the flash of a distant picket's gun through the shades of a shivering night. No fear for them. In our lower field, let us keep our arms unstained, and at last we be worthy to stand with them on the shining heights we've gained. We shall meet and greet in closing ranks, and time's declining sun, and the buckets of God shall sound recall, and the battle of life be won.
The Crows at Washington, by John Hay. Slow flapping to the setting sun, by twos and threes and ravering rows, as twilight shadows dimly close, the crows fly over Washington. Under a crimson sunset sky, Virginian woodlands leafless lie, in wintry tropper bleak and dun. Through the rich ward of heaven, which shines like a warmed opal in the sun, with white advance and broken lines, the crows fly over Washington. Over the capital's white dome, across the obelisk soaring bare, to prick the clouds they travel home, content and weary, winnowing with dusky vans the golden air, which hints the coming of a spring, through winter whitens Washington. The dim, deep air, the level ray of dying sunlight on their plums, give them a beauty not their own. The hoorays notes fail and faint away, a rustling murmur floating down, blends sweetly with the thickening glooms. They touch with grace the fading day, slow flying over Washington. I stand and watch with clouded eyes these dim battalions move along. Out of a distance memory cries of days when life and hope were strong, when love was prompt and wit was gay, even then that evening as today. I watched, while twilight hovered dim over Potomac's curving rim, the selfsame flight of homing crows, blotting the sunset's fading rose above the roofs of Washington. The Light of Love by John Hay. Each shining light above us has its own peculiar grace, but every light of heaven is in my darling's face. For it is like the sunlight, so strong and pure and warm, that folds all good and happy things and guards from gloom and harm. And it is like the moonlight, so holy and so calm, the rapt peace of a summer night when soft winds die in balm. And it is like the starlight, for laugh her as I may, she dwells still lofty and serene in mystery far away. The Prayer of the Romans by John Hay. Not done, but near its ending is the work that our eyes desired. Not yet fulfilled, but near the goal is the hope that our worn hearts fired. And on the Alban mountains where the blushes of dawn increase, we see the flash of a beautiful feet of freedom and of peace. How long were our fond dreams baffled, Novara said, mischance, the Kaiser's sword and fetter look, and the traitor step of France, till at last came glorious Venice, and storm and tempest home, and our God maddens the greedy kings and gives to her people Rome. Lame lion of Caprera, red shirts of the lost campaigns, not idle shed was the costly blood you poured from generous veins. For the shame of Aspromonte and the stain of Mantena's sod, but forget the curse of kings that sprang from your breaking hearts to God. We lift our souls to be our Lord, of liberty and of light. Let not earth's kings pollute the work that was done in their despite. Let not my light be darkened in the shade of a sordid crown, nor pampered swine devour the fruit, or shocks with an earthquake down. Let the people come to their birthright, and Crozier and Cronin pass away like phantasms that filled over the marches at the glance of a clean white day. And then from the lave of Etna to the ice of the Alps let there be one freedom, one fate without fetters, one republic and Italy free.
The Surrender of Spain by John Hay. Land of unconquered Perlo, land of a Cid Campeador, sea-girded mother of men, Spain, name of glory and power, cradle of world-grasping emperors, grave of a reckless invader, out were fallen my Spain, out were sunk in this hour. Once the magnanimous suns trod, victors the portals of Asia, once the ocean waves rushed joyful the banners to sea, for it was Tryon that carried the battle-flushed eagles to Dacia, Cortez that planted the flag fast by the uttermost sea. Hearts of forgotten those days illumed with glory and honor, and the far isles of the sea thrilled to the treat of Castile, and every land under heaven was flagged by the shade of thy banner, and the beam of the sun flashed on the conquering steel. When through red fields of slaughter, through death and defeat and disaster, still flared the banner aloft, tattered, but free from a stain, and out of the upstarts of Bouillard the band is to beg for master, a weird flush of a shame masked the proud beauty of Spain. Has the red blood run cold that boiled by the Xenil and Darrow? Are the high deeds of Versailles sung to the children no more? Or what hills of the north hast thou heard of no plowboy Pizarro? Rome's no young swineherd Cortez sit by Tagus' white shore? Once again does the Spaniard bend low to the yoke of a stranger. Once again will she rise, flinching against in the sea. Princeling of Piedmont, unwitting the wettest of doubting with danger, king over men who have learned all that it costs to be free. The Vision of St. Peter by John Hay. To Peter by night the faithfulest came and said, We appeal to thee. The life of the church is in thy life. We pray thee to rise and flee. For the turned sand is red with blood, and his arm is heavy with power. The head of the church will fall, if for tearing Rome an hour. Through the sleeping town St. Peter passed the wide Campania plain, and with starry light of the elder night he drew free breath again. And across his path an awful form in luminous glory stood, his thorn-crowned brow, his hands and feet, earth with immortal blood. The godlike soul which filled his eyes seemed changed to godlike wrath, as the turned on Peter cried aloud and sank to his knees in the path. Lord of my life, my love, my soul, say what wilt thou with me? A voice replied, I go to Rome, to be crucified for thee. The apostle sprang, all flushed to his feet, the vision had passed away. The light still lay on the dewy plain, the sky in the east was grey. To the city walls St. Peter turned, His heart in his breast grew fire, every vein the hot blood burned with the strength of one high desire. And sturdily back he marched to his death of terrible pain and shame, and never a shade of fear again to the stout apostle came.
The White Flag by John Hay. I sent my love to roses, one as white as driven snow, and one a blushing royal red, a flamingo Jacqueminot. I meant to touch and test my fate, that night I should divine the moment I should see my love, if her true heart were mine. For if she holds me dear, I said, she'll wear my blushing rose, if not she'll wear my cold Lamarque, as white as winter snows. My heart sank when I met her, sure I had been overbold, for on her breast my pale rose lay in virgin whiteness cold. Yet with low words she greeted me, with smiles divinely tender. Upon her cheek a red rose dawned, the right rose man's surrender.
Thy will be done, by John Hay. Not in dumb resignation we lift our hands on high, not like the nerveless fatalist, content to trust and die. Our faith springs like the eagle who soars to meet the sun, and cries exulting unto thee, O Lord, thy will be done. And turn feet are trampling upon the common wheel, thou dost not bid us bend in wrath beneath the iron heel. If the name we assert or write by sword or tongue or pen, and even the headsman's axe may flash a message unto man. Thy will, it bids the weak be strong, it bids the strong be just, nor lip to fawn, nor hand to beg, nor brow to seek the dust. Wherever man oppresses man beneath thy liberal sun, O Lord, beware thine arm made bare, the rightness will be done.
Through the long days, by John Hay. Through the long days and years, what will my loved one be? Pardon for me? Through the long days and years. Always as when she was, the loveliest, brightest, best, blessing and best, always as when she was. Never on earth again shall I before her stand, touch lip or hand, never on earth again. But while my darling lives, peaceful I journey on, not quite alone, not while my darling lives.
To one absent, by John Hay. Only a week ago, heaven bent so near, it bartered greetings with the jocund earth. With sweet June he was lived with love and mirth, a world of verdure, laughter and summer cheer. And when night came its charm was doubly dear, and the opulent moon joined noon on earth. All beautiful and gracious things that birth in your eyes cherishing a light, for you were there. Now all the glow of life is vanished, lorn the world lies under the cold gleam of morn. Vivid and shrieking in the spectral blue hangs the sad moon, a pale and shuddering ghost of all the glow in your absence lost, fading and warning love for lack of you. To the Vesper Sparrow by John Hay. Sing the last word of the day, voice of a sparrow belated. What hast thou seen by the way? What hast thou loved most or hated? Sadness to melody mated, what is the grudge thou wouldst pay? Work, is it settled in play, sorrow or joy sooner sated? Dreams the sweet blossom of May, to what thy fruitage is fated? When life and death are translated, seems therefore life more gay. Linger, shy singer, or stay. Our swift night has abated, sky alike and woodland to grey. Long have we questioned and awaited, question and answer unmated, die with the vanishing day. To Theodore Roosevelt, John Hay. Son of a sire whose heart beateth true to God, to country no fireside laughter, which returning, like a homing dove, from each high duty done, he gallantly flew, complete, yet touched by genius through and through, and of the qualities that made him great, loved and some when prizes to state, by heaven's grace, are garnered up in you. Be yours, we pray, the dauntless heart of youth, the eye to see the humour of the game, the scorn of lies, the large but ever mirth, and pass the happy, fruitful years of fame, of sport and work and battle for the truth, a home not all unlike your home on earth.
Too late, by John Hay. Had we but met in other days, had we but loved in other days, another light and hope had shone on our life and my own. In sweet but hopeless reveries, I fancy how your wistful eyes had saved me, had I known their power in fate's imperious hour. How loving you, beloved of God, and following you the path I trod, had led me through your love and prayers to God's love unawares, and how our beings joined as one had passed through checkered shade and sun, until the earth of lives had given with little change to heaven. God knows where this was not to be. You bloomed from childhood far from me, the sunshine of a favored place that knew your youth and grace. And when your eyes saw fair and free and fearless beauty beamed on me, I knew the fatal die was thrown, my choice in life was gone. And still with wild and tender art your child love touched my torpid heart, gilding the blackness where it fell like sunlight overhead. In vain, my choice was gone, better to struggle on alone than blot your pure life's blameless shine with cloudy stains of mine. A vague regret, a troubled prayer, and when the future vast and fair will tempt your young and eager eyes with all its glad surprise, and I shall watch you, safe and far, as some late traveller eyes a star wheeling beyond his desert sands to gladden happier lands.
Vespers, John Hay. My star has vanished in the west, and with it dies the day, while the rosy light of life is fading into grey. The sky is full of other stars, but none to me are dear. The silver light fills all the night, but still the world is drear. Far in the west, where tender flush the dim horizon stains, a memory of hours that were, a hope that yet remains. For wheeling over many lands, and brightly shining on, happier days my evening star will be my star of dawn.
When the boys come home, by John Hay. There's a happy time coming when the boys come home. There's a glorious day coming when the boys come home. We will end the dreadful story of his treason dark and gory, and a sunburst of glory when the boys come home. The day will seem brighter when the boys come home, for our hearts will be lighter when the boys come home. Wives and sweethearts will press them in their arms and caress them, and pray God to bless them when the boys come home. The thinned ranks will be proudest when the boys come home, and their cheer will ring the loudest when the boys come home. The full ranks will be shattered, and the bright arms will be battered, and the battle standards tattered when the boys come home. The bayonets may be rusty when the boys come home, and the uniforms dusty when the boys come home, but all shall see the traces of battle's royal graces in the brown and beard faces when the boys come home. Our love shall go to meet them when the boys come home, to bless them and to greet them when the boys come home. And the fame of their endeavor, time and change shall not deceive her, from the nation's heart forever when the boys come home. Words by John Hay. When violets were springing, and sunshine filled the day, and happy birds were singing the praises of the May, a word come to me, blighting the beauty of the scene, and in my heart was winter, for all the trees were green. Now down the blast goes sailing the dead leaves brown and sere, the forests are bewailing the dying of the year. A word comes to me, lighting the rapture all the year, and in my heart is summer, for all the trees are bare.